Hey there, this is Chris Kidd, and I've got a quick little announcement for you. We all know that April 15th is coming up, and that is the dreaded tax day. Ugh. A lot of people always ask me, well, what should I do with my tax refund check if you're getting one back? If you're not, sorry. Uh, anyway, um, one of the best things you can do with a tax refund check is if you have debt, work on paying it off. So many people, they go out and they buy new stuff or whatever. You want to. The tendency is just to go spend extra money whenever you got extra money in your pocket, or you get a big lump sum that comes in all at once. Say you get a couple $1,000s back for a tax refund. Well, the tendency is to say, well, I've got all this money. It's a bunch of extra money that just came in. Why don't I just take a little bit of it and I'll go spend it on myself? And then, we'll just work on taking care of the other stuff. Well, if you really are serious about getting your life on track financially, the best thing you can do is just wipe it out. Just get rid of the debt. Attack that first. Once you're out of debt, you can go buy all kinds of cool stuff that you want, extra toys, and go shopping and stuff, and you can pay cash for it. That's a much better solution. So if you haven't read my book yet, Defeating Debt, pick up a copy of this. You can go to bookstores, you can order it online. You can go to my book site, defeatingdebtbook.com, www.defeatingdebtbook.com. Pick up a copy of this. It's really, really easy, simple to read. You can sit down and read it, and if you're like me, maybe 3 hours. I read really, really slow. A lot of people have told me that they'll sit down and read the book in an hour. Um, I've had kids that are 10 years old and younger read this book and tell me that it made a huge impact on their lives. I've had adults with adult children who have read the book, and they've told me what it's done for them. So one of the biggest things that I always hear back is that it's such an easy read, and it explains stuff, I say, in English. It puts it in terms that you'll be able to understand. It's not one of these books that's going to confuse you and complicate things. It's going to help you understand exactly what to do with your money, how to get out of debt, what's the best way to go about it, because we all know that if you have several different debts that you're paying on, it's hard to choose which one to start with or how to pay them off. So one of the things that I outline in this book is how to pay it off and how to do it effectively that's going to get you out of debt faster. So what's going to make the biggest impact? And then the other thing the book does is it actually lays a foundation for you to start building wealth on, which is what I spend most of my time coaching people on. Is most of the clients that I coach, it's on the wealth building part, not necessarily the getting out of debt so much. I do a little bit of that, but most of it is on actually multiplying their money. And a lot of people say, well, why'd you write a book, your first book, on getting out of debt if you spend most of your time on the wealth development side? And I said, well, it's really not a book on just getting out of debt. It's a money management book. And we all know that if you can't manage money, then it doesn't matter how much you have, because it's going to be gone anyway. Mike Tyson is the poor guy. I pick on him all the time. He's the best example I know of. He's admitted himself that he blew $400 million. Now, that's a money management problem. One, it's probably lack of knowledge, lack of financial education of knowing where to put your money as far as investments go, and you trust other people who say they're looking out for your best good and that they're going to do the right things with it, but then they go off and put it in risky, screwy stuff, or they end up pocketing some of it. All kinds of things happen. And then there's also just buying stupid crap. I mean, some of the stuff that he had was just retarded. But, I mean, with 400 million, you'd think, hey, it'll never run out, right? Well, that's the thing. If you can't manage money, then it doesn't matter how much you have, because it will eventually leave. And this book's going to help you be able to understand how to handle it, how to do the right things with it, and then how you can set a foundation for yourself to start building wealth on. And that's what we'll discuss after you get a chance to read the book. So anyway, pick up a copy of Defeating Debt, take your tax refund check, pay off any debt that you can possibly pay off. Um, Remember that if you're not sure where to start, if you've got several debts, this is going to outline it for you. It'll show you which one to start with, and especially if your refund check's not enough to pay off all of your debt, and you say, well, which one should I pay off? What should I start with? It's going to show you what to do there. So anyway, visit defeatingdebtbook.com, and I'm Chris Kidd. I'll talk to you soon.